Hello, I'm Chris Anderson with Mount Comfort RV. Right now we're going to take a quick look at our North Trail. This is a 2017 North Trail Caliber Edition. This is the 31 BHDD floor plan. So first of all, with Caliber Edition, you do get a nice front cap up here. This is a real fifth wheel style cap, one-piece molded cap. One of the popular areas historically for travel trailers to leak was if they had a window up front here. Of course, you get going in a driving rainstorm, that would be a good opportunity. Or these very corner pieces where the water would hit and spread into those corners. Well, with the more rounded design, no edges, no seams, that really eliminated a good potential leak spot that travel trailers have had for years. We have a power front tongue jack. That's nice. I mean, you know, this can kind of get old after a while, cranking your trailer off and on. So power tongue jack there. Your bottles are of course behind the cover here, your propane bottles. And these are two 20-pound bottles. 20-pound bottles actually have an advantage. I mean, you know, there's obviously 30s available if a customer wants them, but the 20-pound bottles have one advantage that I think a lot of people miss, and that's that those 20-pound bottles, you can exchange them anywhere. You can go to a Speedway gas station or a Walmart, or I've exchanged them at CVS before. You know, even if I'm in a town I don't know, I may not know where to get a propane tank refilled, but there's always a place to exchange the 20-pounders. You can't exchange the 30s, so that's a nice benefit there. All right, we have big pass-through storage here up front. I'll light it up for us. And this is one of the biggest pass-throughs at the front of a travel trailer I've ever seen. So that's nice. We have power jacks on this one. Your controls are kept inside. That's what these little doors are right here. Okay, if you drop those down, that's actually control for your power jacks. I like this a little better just because the jacks are inside of the, or the jack switches, I'm sorry, are inside of the storage compartment, so they're not out exposed to the weather. Obviously electronics and wet weather don't always get along. So alrighty, now oh, I like this too. This is on a magnet, not the little plastic beak that always breaks off. So when you're done here, slam the door. North Trails always have an enclosed and heated underbelly on them, so it is a good extended season camper. Now I'm not going to get that, I'm not going to make my cameraman get down on his back and film that for you, but we do have an enclosed underbelly, and whenever your furnace is running on there, they actually pump heat in there as well. So if it drops a little below 32 degrees, folks, you have nothing to worry about. All right. Aluminum wheels. Like we've talked about in other videos, aluminum wheels not only look good, guys like them because they look good, but there's other benefits. They run cooler going down the road because aluminum dissipates heat better. Running cooler means less tire problems, so that's a good thing. But they won't rust and look nasty over time, and that's always a good thing. Now, they use this wide track suspension, and by spreading out the axles on here, it just puts a little less tongue weight on your camper, a little less of that bouncing on the back of your vehicle. You know, it's one of those things where if you have a 1-ton dually truck, it doesn't matter. But if you have a half-ton and maybe a lighter duty half-ton, this is still towable by that. And having those spread axles will definitely help you. Outside kitchen, nice one too. Got the fridge right here. We've got hookups for a TV and or anything else you want to plug in. You want to plug in the margarita maker. Hang on, I was thinking there should be a light in here. I just found it. There it is. That's better. Got a little sink over in the corner with hot and cold water. This sink is actually plumbed into the gray tank. I know that sounds funny, but I've seen a lot of travel trailers at the sink. You just kind of pick it up and dump it. That's kind of low rent. So this is actually plugged in, so or plumbed in. Looky here, 2-burner cooktop, and we're right outside under our power awning, and this is a good size awning. Outdoor speakers. You see there in between the speakers, we actually have the stove vent. It vents to the outside. It's not one of them that just, you know, has a fan that makes noise but doesn't really move any air. So, all right. And what's this? We have a second door now. This is interesting. And I know a lot of times people are hesitant to embrace this at first, a door right into the bathroom. But you know, this isn't how we would design our home, but this isn't our home. This is our RV. This is our camper. Think about when, hey, I just need to run in real quick and use the bathroom, but there's kids asleep on the sofa in there or in the bunks. I don't want to disturb everybody. You can go straight in, and do that without walking through the camper. Most RVs you cannot do that with. The other thing is, if you're a little dirty, let's face it, we've been out on the hiking trails all day. It was a little muddy. I just want to go and use the restroom. We're not going anywhere near the furniture or anything. We're just going in where there's vinyl floor, and if you got that a little muddy, who cares? So a bathroom like this can also serve as like a mud room. Not to mention, this is an easily ventilated bathroom. It's as far down that road as I'm going to go. By the way, our North Trail 31 BHDD weighs in at just under 7,100 pounds, so most half tons can tow this pretty easily. One thing you have to talk about when you're talking about a North Trail is it is a fairly lightweight camper, especially for its size and for having a huge slide. It is a very lightweight camper. However, one thing that gets neglected is it's a well-built lightweight. Now, those two words don't generally go together. I'm oftentimes not a huge fan of lightweights unless that's all you can tow. Usually heavier is better because it's not like most of the time they're using real exotic materials in the RV world. They just tend to make things with less support and thinner. That is not the case with the North Trail. It's the only lightweight I know of that is built just like the heavy trailers. And what I mean by that is this is a full 2-inch thick sidewall. All my motorhomes have 2-inch thick sidewalls on them. Not all motorhomes do, but all of our motorhomes do. And that's something typically reserved for your high-end fifth wheels and your motorhomes. It's not something you typically see in a lightweight. The other thing that comes into play, and here's the floor. Google RV soft floor sometime. I mean, that'll keep you busy for hours and keep you up at night when you're getting ready to buy an RV. It's not the sexy part of what we talk about, but it is something we want to talk about. Why do RV floors get soft? Because a lot of them, the floors that they use is one of the key places where they cut weight. They don't put studs in there every 16 inches on center. They use these laminated floors. Well, laminating is just gluing different materials together. They will try to make a big deal out of how they laminate it, and all the manufacturers do this, whether it's vacuum laminated or it's pinch rolled, and they'll argue which way is better. But the truth is, lamination is simply gluing layers of things together. And when they laminate a floor, they put studs every 3 to 4 feet apart. In between the studs, they put that white styrofoam in between them, and then on a lightweight trailer, 9 times out of 10, they put down Luan. Luan is basically paneling. They'll put down 2 layers of Luan and glue them together and call that a floor. Well, it is lightweight, but it's a little spongy out of the gate, and 2 years down the road, it's very spongy, and 5 years down the road, you need a new floor in your camper. It was a cheap floor to begin with. One of the things I like about North Trail is they don't use the Luan floor. They still put a real structure wood floor in the camper and use that instead of the 2 layers of Luan. So that's something you won't hear most lightweight companies talk about. They don't want to talk construction, okay? They want to talk about it's light, it's cheap, it's the floor plan you love. Well, there's more to it than that. So North Trail, in my mind, best built lightweight in the industry. Let's go inside real quick. I want to show you something construction wise. If you want to see how well built a lightweight is, I'm going to give you the real keys. Instead of listening to a salesperson like me tell you how well built it is, use your own eyes, okay? All of these door frames, the RV manufacturers don't make their own door frames, okay? They buy these and they're all 2 1/4 inches thick, give or take the door frame itself, okay? So when you see a door frame like this, look at how close the wall is to being as thick as the door frame. That's going to give you a real clue. I can tell as soon as I walk into a camper how thick the wall is by looking at the door frame. If there's a big gap right here, okay, or they used a big piece of like quarter round, or I've seen them use some big pieces of trim molding to hide the fact that okay, this is a pretty thin wall, but if we use this big piece of trim here, nobody will notice. This is just simply a little seam hider here. That's not a big piece of quarter round or anything. So this wall is nearly as thick as this door frame. This is a full 2-inch thick sidewall. So that's a real good shortcut you can do on any camper to see what you're dealing with. Now, like I said, if you've got real extreme towing limitations, you're going to have to go with a thinner wall camper. There's nothing you can do about that. But if you're, okay, 300-400 pounds isn't going to make a difference, buy the one with the thicker wall. It's probably the better camper, all right? Hi folks, Chris Anderson in the 2017 North Trail 31 BHDD. We're in the master bedroom. Nice master bedroom. First of all, you have a pocket door here, and that's a hard door, not a curtain. So when you want your privacy, you have your privacy. Secondly, it's a true walk-around queen bed. There is room to walk around this queen bed. I love it. A lot of them, the mattress actually touches or gets really close to touching this wall right here at the foot of the bed. anybody over 6 feet tall, all of a sudden, that's not a very comfortable way to sleep. So this is truly a walk-around queen bed. There's room in here to stand up, get dressed. So really, really bright lights. I noticed when I turned those reading lights on, they're when you stare directly at them, they're pretty darn bright. So good reading light in here. There's a backing location right here where you can mount a second television. Some people want a TV in the bedroom, some people don't. So we don't option it in, but if you want one, it's an easy add. The hookups are all here. There's a backer right there. I can feel it. We can screw you a TV right there, and you've got it for your bedroom. All right. Storage in the bedroom on both sides. I'm going to have him open that cabinet. He's got to switch hands here. Sorry, I'm making my cameraman work. They're identical. So if you've seen one, you've seen them all. You have two of those for hanging clothes. And then up above, we have nice storage here as well. So more clothing there. Each little nightstand here has little cubbies built into it. Okay. And then, looky here, this lifts up for storage, and there's tools there for a central vac. So I'm guessing somewhere in this camper we will find a central vac. We have nighttime privacy shades in here, not little mini blinds, which is nice. This is ducted heat throughout the coach, ducted heat and air, I should say. So when you do close off the bedroom at night, you will still have air flowing in there. This is very unique. I love this. There's usually no place to hang a jacket. You come in, you've got a jacket, you want to take it off. Where do you put it on a camper? It usually ends up thrown on a bed or something, and that's not convenient at bedtime. Nice little hooks here. Everybody has things that charge these days. We all come in and I need to get my phone charged. I need to get it plugged in. How about a nice little tray and a plug right there where we can plug into. This is a place to sit down and kick off your shoes, which is nice, or put on your shoes. And then look underneath, there's a cubby hole to put your shoes. If you're like me and you have lots of kids, there's always shoes you're tripping over. If we can get them their own little place, we're in good shape. All right, since we're on this side, let's look here. I wonder what could possibly be behind this door. What do you know? It's a pantry. Big pantry. I hear a lot of times on bunk models, well, you lose so much in the kitchen, you don't get a decent pantry. Well, guess what? In this bunk model, you get a really, really nice pantry. Lots of shelves, big space at the bottom for big things, big space at the top for big things, and lots of in-between spaces. All right, we'll move into the kitchen here. In our kitchen, we have solid surface countertops. We have a double bowl stainless steel sink with a pull-down sink sprayer. That makes cleanup so much easier. Okay. Storage above, and those are deep and wide. We have the undermount stove here that just folds over twice. Okay, and then we've got access to our stove. Storage below the sink and drawers. We'll try to get all of them. There you go. Same drawer down below. We have an oven in this camper. They didn't make you suffer with just the microwave. 6 cubic foot Dometic refrigerator. This is a gas and electric refrigerator. Something that's kind of subtle in here is this ceiling. First of all, this is not a normal ceiling material. These are like a grainy, I don't know if it's going to show up in the video, but it's like a grainy pattern ceiling. It looks really cool. A lot of times you just have that textured panel up there that doesn't really bring anything to it. This brings a little bit to the table, so I like it. Speaking of table, we have a wraparound booth that does make into a bed, and plenty of seating here for the whole family. We have a love seat, or a small sofa, whichever you want to call it. We'll call it small sofa, that also makes into a bed. So we have sleeping galore in this camper because, of course, we're not even back there yet. We'll get to that in a minute. Look at our entertainment center here. Now, if I'm going to sit down in a very comfortable spot, right across from the TV. My viewing angle couldn't be better. So many times in an RV, you're looking all over the place to get to the TV. This is pretty straight on. That's a real good sized TV. I'm guessing 36 or so. We've got AM, FM, CD, DVD, all built in there. You can plug in your favorite toys and stream Pandora through there if you want to. And look at the storage. I'm just going to go through and open these up and let him film. You always run out of storage space with bunk models. I don't think you're going to run out of storage space in this bunk model. Ridiculous amounts of storage. All right. Closing doors all day. All right. And then we've seen the bathroom from the outside. Let's take a look at the bathroom from the inside. I'm going to let him film in there. You do have a small tub for the kiddos. Toilet with adequate room, little corner sink, and then medicine cabinet above and below. All right, and then I found the light switches to the bunks. Let's take a look up here. First of all, we have the teddy bear bunk mattresses in here. These are very soft. That's a very firm foam. Most of the time, the kids are kind of suffering with really cheap foam and mattresses. These are pretty nice. Look at this top bunk here. 300 pounds you can put in there. So 2 good-sized kids can go in there no problem, or 1 adult should be just fine. Bottom bunk has no such sticker, so I think it would hold even more. Here's your thermostat for controlling your heating and air conditioning throughout the camper. It's all thermostatically controlled and ducted. And folks, I really think we've pretty much covered the 2017 31 BHDD from North Trail. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Don't forget to ask for me. My name is Chris Anderson. I'm with Mount Comfort RV. Thanks for watching.